The dirt don't settle, won't sleep or stay. Signals live, baby, on the Palmetto Racing Network waves, where the roots run deep, gators bite, and the mean serpents play. Fumes and the engines louder than bombs. Only two things known to live long: champions, legends, stock car engine. The roughest, toughest bunch of motorsports, the wildest crowd you ever seen before. Palmetto lights burning through the low country road. Champions, legends, stock car engine. Palmetto lights burning through the low country road. Network of choice for the bold, for the free. Every roar, every voice on the air, on the screen. What they hear, what they know, where they've been, what they seen. Every turn, every burn, Palmetto carries the speed. Mean serpent, roughest, loudest, on scene, on stream. The roughest, toughest bunch of motorsports, the wildest crowd you ever seen before. Palmetto lights burning through the low country road. Champions, legends, stock car engine. Palmetto lights burning through the low country road.
Hello and welcome, race fans, to another evening of racing here at Irwindale Speedway. A little bit of a slim grid this evening, as we have two drivers currently registered to run tonight, several others having prior commitments, so the grid will be slightly slim tonight. We do apologize. However, two drivers on the track are sure to put on a pretty phenomenal race this afternoon, so should be still exciting nonetheless here, as these guys are running qualifying. So let's go ahead, without further ado, get up our race info here and get that out of the way. This is the 16th race of the regular season here for the StreetStock series at Irwindale. This is the track configuration here, just under half a mile here in length. Pretty hot out there right now. Track temperature of about, looks to be about 112 degrees. So pretty hot out there this afternoon. Going to make for the grip on the tires. Probably going to be doing fairly well here with that. And go ahead and shout out our... Go ahead and shout out our partners here over at VB Racing. For helping us put this thing together there. Sorry, I was kind of listening in on the live traffic on the track there. We'll go ahead and take down that race info real quick here and take a look and see if I don't believe anyone is currently out on the track as we speak. So we'll also... should be about another minute and a half here before we get started. So we'll wait for that time to wind down a little bit there, as we get ready to set this one underway. 110 laps of racing here at Irwindale. I also want to bring up some possible changes that could be nearing as soon as next week. The league is toying around because of the a lot of the drivers honestly having difficulty making the 6 p.m. start time for these races. They're looking at possibly pushing back to starting at 8 p.m., which would give us a broadcast live time of about 8:30 on Wednesday evenings, and the races should be done by 10 p.m. We are waiting to get further information from the officials with the league on their final decision. They have taken a vote to try and see what most of the other drivers would favor or prefer. So hopefully we will know that before the race start next week. So next week these guys are headed to Lime Rock, so that should be another good time there. As we take a look here, looks like Stephen Gall in the 25 here is going to be starting in first, with Aaron Martin starting in second tonight, as the pace car now out on the track about to get these drivers started. Both drivers gridded up now, getting ready and set for these 110 laps of short track action here at Irwindale. This is the outer inner configuration here at Irwindale. They do have about, I want to say it's 5 configurations in total. Track may look familiar to some of you. We have broadcasted several races here for the figure eights with and without the jump here at Irwindale. So if the track looks a bit familiar to you, that is most likely what you recognize it from. Just a bit of a different configuration here, which is what you see the cones in play there for. They're there to kind of let these guys know what part of the track they need to stick to, as this track does have many different configurations. One of the few tracks on iRacing that really does have a lot of configurations to it there. So should be an interesting time nonetheless here now, as the pace car is now off in what is pits. Both drivers getting this one underway now, and Stephen Gall in the 25 looking to establish the lead early on here. As you can see there, we're already 2 laps down in this one, headed to 3. Take a look at both drivers here, staying neck and neck with one another. Should be a good time here. Aaron Martin there with an interesting helmet design nonetheless. This is the last 5 races of the regular season here for the StreetStock series, so playoffs are definitely in the talks here. And I will tell you that last time I checked, and let me double check here just to make sure. Take a look at the point standings from the previous week. Both of these drivers currently on track. Let's see. Yep, both drivers are playoff eligible, with Stephen Gall currently in first place in the standings, and Aaron Martin in 5th. So both of these drivers will be playoff eligible starting off on June 24th for the round of 12. And honestly, pretty much too, the way things have kind of shaped out with this series here, it is a pretty safe bet unless something drastic changes over the course of these, next 5 races. Something drastically changes. It's very likely that all the drivers participating in this series will most likely at least make it to the round of 8 before possibly being cut from the round of 8. And I do apologize. We are actively working on a way to kind of give you an identifier there on the leaderboard of all the players that are currently either playoff eligible, or once the playoffs kick off, maybe have names color-coded to where all the drivers that are above the cut line are a certain color, all the drivers that are below the cut line are on maybe red. That way you can kind of distinguish from the leaderboard. If you got a driver you're following and you're trying to pull for them, root for them, whatever the case may be, you'll know exactly where they stand just by looking at the leaderboard. And, maybe if they're down towards the bottom of the cutoff line, you kind of know what driver they need to get in front of. So keeps everybody all the way informed here. And we are constantly working on those things, trying to bring updates. Do have another teaser for you guys here that was just put out today, literally moments before the race started here. So these guys are really trying to grind the gears here on how to get the participation up, in hopes that one day soon we will see a full grid up here for these guys at every race that they have. So but to give you a peep at that new spoiler that was just put out at 5:43 this afternoon Eastern time, owner mode insight. Drivers, you're not just showing up anymore. Owners will decide who gets signed, control salaries, choose who stays and who's gone. If you don't perform, you might be looking for a new ride real quick. That was put out earlier today, and there's been a lot of teasers over the last several weeks to a month of a new system the league is looking to implement here that would give these guys basically a virtual economy. So, just another change here that they're trying to implement that could enhance the realism a good bit here, as we're now getting ready to be 18 laps into this one. I got to give it to, I talked to a few drivers before the race actually started, the 25 of Stephen Gall there and the 27 of Aaron Martin, about this track configuration, and both drivers making the comment that this was a really out of the norm track configuration. It's doable. As you can see, they're managing pretty well now, but I will say a lot of help came from that 30-minute practice that they had, because I talked to them briefly before the broadcast started at the start of practice, and both drivers commenting about how the configuration was a little confusing to figure out. Thought they were on part of the track and they were actually heading into pits there, which I'm not going to lie, at the start of the broadcast here, it kind of threw me off a bit, because the pit car was staying to the outer oval there just before the turn that we just seen, and I thought that was part of the track configuration. So but that's actually the entryway right there for pits, where the pit car is sitting back there. So yeah, it definitely an interesting configuration. I mean, like I said, I have ran here personally in the figure eights with some of the mini stock races that we've done, and I mean it's even that is pit entry right there for the figure eight configuration that the 25 of Stephen Gall just passed there. So to me, it wasn't that confusing with the configuration for the figure eight setup, but the way that this is kind of laid out for the oval configuration, I could definitely see where it would definitely bring about some confusion there, because I would have stayed going about probably the same rate that the pit car was going there to enter pits, and would have found myself at an early pit stop taking tires before I needed to. And I do believe, we'll double check on this as well before I speak it, but I want to say that during the playoff races, we will be coming back here again to Irwindale. Let's see. Yes, actually, we will. Matter of fact, the round of 12, the very last race of the round of 12, these guys will be coming back to Irwindale, and they will run the outer track configuration. So do apologize there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in with us. Had a bit of a loud audio leak there in the background. Found the issue there and got it sorted out, but I do apologize if that was blaring in your ear there. These guys doing a pretty phenomenal job this afternoon. Granted, there are only 2 of them on the track. They're definitely doing a very good job at keeping this thing going steady here now, as we have 31 laps in the books, with the 25 of Stephen Gall gaining pretty quickly there on the 27 of Aaron Martin. Gonna look to try and put him a lap down. Aaron Martin doing what he can in that 27 to try and stay ahead of him here. No cautions, no halfway stay, or excuse me, there are automatic full cautions for any wrecks or incidents that may happen on track if iRacing officials deem it appropriate to throw one. But there is no halfway stage. That is something the league made a decision on weeks ago. Actually closer to probably about 2 months ago now, to do away with those. It was just creating a lot of confusion and unnecessary frustration, honestly. And it seems that these guys have been running better without it. No, so no halfway stage here. There will be no bailout at this point, as it looks like the 27 of Aaron Martin going to go ahead and hit his pits now. 30% fuel cap here, so I'm not sure. I didn't even think to ask these guys while they were getting their practice laps in what they were looking like on fuel. It looks like Stephen Gall going to go ahead and enter pits now as well. Go ahead and take his pit stop there, so that'll kind of give the 27 of Aaron Martin a chance to get himself freshened up and maybe take advantage of the 25 being in pits there. Not your traditional pit setup here. Things, looking a little funky there. We can see the 27 of Aaron Martin just went ahead and took tires. So I would imagine with both of these guys going ahead and pitting that safe to say they're getting about 30 laps to a tank of fuel here. So it's not terrible. That does make for some good green flag pit stop opportunities here, which we love to see those. Typically a little more interesting when we have more cars gridded, but hopefully if most drivers are on board with this move to a 8 p.m. start time next week, more drivers will be able to show up, and this grid won't look so small, because the last several weeks, even after having an off week last week, it's been kind of sad, honestly. We haven't seen the grid this small since the series started. 12 races in. These guys have been pretty strong, at least, 8 to 10 people on track at all times. Same thing with the truck series too. Truck series has been impacted as of late. Had a few drivers leave. Some of them that have had some other commitments that have kept them from racing, which all of that stuff should be normalizing back out, hopefully, and we can, get those guys rolling like they have been. Still not quite as bad as the street stocks here, though. Truck series has still been rolling with at least 8 people at any given time, typically. And the league gets it. Things come up, lives happen, and life has a way of life, and that's for sure. It gets the best of all of us sometimes, so it's definitely understandable. Not going to be able to make every race, and the commissioner knew that going into the current season for the truck series, because these guys are running. I believe the full schedule was supposed to have been like 53 or 57 weeks long, so that is an extremely long season. However, long as it may have been, it is winding very quickly to a close here. Matter of fact, we'll be ending the same week as the Street Stock series here. I believe these guys have their last race from the Championship 4, which is on August 19th at Myrtle Beach Speedway. That will be their final race, and then just a few short days later, the truck series will be racing at New Hampshire, I believe it is, for their final race, and then both of these series will be concluded, and we will be declaring 2 champions. Aaron Vogt in the truck series, our season 1 champion from last season, well on his way to claiming another season 2 championship with the truck series. Still plenty of racing to go. Lot of great competitive racers in that truck series. The likes of the 33 of Brandon Muir, the 2 of Aaron Vogt, the 19 of Andrew Ziegler, the 9 of Austin Ziegler. A lot of those guys. The 11 of Ricky DeRozier, can't forget about him. The 25 of Stephen Gall here also runs in the truck series. A lot of those guys hungry, man. They're hungry. And hopefully... Got us a caution here. Looks like the 27 of Aaron Martin there had a bit of a spin out. Let's take a look at our instant replay real quick and see just what happened here. Looks like he maybe slightly lost control there. As we head into caution, we'll promise to get you back to the action just as quickly as we can. You ain't going to miss much. And that's exactly what happened there. Looks like he got a little loose there and maybe overcorrected just a bit. Kind of drifting into the turn there. Couldn't quite keep it straight there towards the end. And that was enough to trigger the caution there, just because it is a very short track here, and not much to it, honestly. Even with the wonky configuration here, looks like the 25 of Stephen Gall there, still currently holding down that first place position, trying to get himself caught up to the pace car there. First caution of the evening. Let's take a look here since the race has been going on, and we're about halfway through. See what we got as far as weather conditions here. It's about 3 p.m. in sim time here. Still showing a temperature of about 76 degrees out there. And it looks like the track temp has actually come down a little bit. You know, at the start of this one, it was about 112 degrees out there on the track. It's about 104 now with winds at about 8 miles an hour. So, yeah, I mean, excellent conditions for racing. No doubt. Nice, pretty clear day out there. Definitely nice on the weather there. Aaron Martin there in the 27, still a lap down currently as we look to get this one started off. Little bit confused here on what's going on with iRacing. That was a little bit of a strange restart to a caution there, as I don't know if maybe it was trying to. I don't know what just happened there, honestly. I don't believe the 27 went into pits, so I'm surprised that he did not get the opportunity to have a waiver round there, or the lucky dog. He should have definitely been the lucky dog candidate. Not but two drivers on the track. Give him that lap back. Maybe put us back into a competitive grid there. 56 laps now complete out of 110, so we are right around the halfway marker here. For these drivers to make the comment this was a weird configuration to race, I will say both of them, they're doing pretty great out there running this track, and honestly just making it look easy. I know it is all but that when you are trying to be competitive, and this would be even more difficult if the grid was a little more stacked. But these guys are definitely making it look pretty easy there as we go to our chopper view. Give you a little bit of a different angle there. Sometimes those TV views can be a bit misleading at times, or some would say boring when it's always the same. And Irwindale doesn't have the greatest configuration for camera angles, so like some of these other bigger tracks do with more equipment. I will be honest with you, not trying to trash on Irwindale at all in the slightest, because I do actually like the track, but I'm surprised in this little town we could find anyone to fly a chopper over this track to give us a view. The 25 of Stephen Gall getting a little close to the 27 there, but no harm, no foul. That he gets around the 27 here, that'll definitely put him down 2 laps. A little bit further out view there, so we can get a little better look at how this is panning out there. Trying to keep it interesting nonetheless. Don't want to keep you on the same views. Both drivers doing a really good job tonight trying to stay competitive. The 27 not wanting to give up that second lap down here, but it looks like he may briefly, nope, gets himself back out in front there. He is doing all that he can to not go 2 laps down, and honestly can't say I blame him, because another spin out there, but let's go back and look at that replay here. Change up the view just a bit. See exactly what happened, because I will be honest with you, I don't know if that was It looks like he kind of was washing up a bit there and caught the corner of the track before spinning out. Yikes. And I thought that would have triggered a caution there. Did not trigger a caution. Possibly could have been because the 25 had enough time to, you know, the incident happened right there while they were with one another there. So the 25 had enough time to get around the track there. And honestly, at the rate this is going, as long as the 25 doesn't make a mistake here, he could pretty much have this one in the bag. I would not count the 27 out just yet, though, because, you know, anything can happen, and the further that this goes on, things, you know, just as easily as the 27 has had two mistakes there, the 25 could have the same fortune there and wind up costing him. So there's still plenty of laps to go in this one. 72 laps complete now of 110, getting ready to be 73 here this time through. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how things play out next week at Lime Rock's race. I have, will say I have not ran street stocks on Lime Rock before. I have run the MX-5s, and they handle the track pretty well. But I don't believe the MX-5s are around the same horsepower bracket as the street stocks here, so be interesting to see how those cars handle it. I've had a few drivers tell me that they have ran Lime Rock in the street stocks, and it's usually a good time. It can be a little tricky at times, but it is definitely doable, so that'll be an interesting one to see for sure. That's the 27 of Aaron Martin still in pits there. I think maybe he possibly used his fast repair on that last incident there before this one. And so he is probably waiting on actual repairs this time around, and I'm not entirely sure how many laps he is down here, but I want to say it's probably nearing 7 or 8 laps down now at this point, maybe more, give or take. I know the 25 here of Stephen Gall has had the chance to make it around several times, just not sure exactly how many. About the halfway point of the track here, fixing to be on lap 80, so about 30 laps to go this time through. If you're just tuning in with us now, just kind of recap on what we've been talking about since the beginning of the broadcast here. There is a possibility for next week's race to be pushed back to a 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time next week on Wednesday evening, which would put us at a green flag broadcast time of about 8:30. So be looking for that. We typically schedule the streams beforehand, so stay tuned to the YouTube channel if you want to keep up to date with all the updates of future races and streams coming. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It'll keep you up to date. We do post on there occasionally, and I imagine once we get word from the league admins on the possible time change, whether it's been confirmed or if it's not going to happen, we'll probably put a post out for them on the YouTube channel to let all of you viewers know what time you can expect the races to be starting, the streams to be starting. So just a heads up there. It seems so far from the feedback we've been seeing that an 8 o'clock start time seems to work better for most of these drivers. So may very well be a real possibility come next week, and hopefully that means that this will be our last time with a grid of 2 to 4 people. A lot of these guys working full-time jobs and stuff aren't not able to make it home in time to jump in, and some of them literally walking in the door time qualifying gets started. So maybe the 8 p.m. start time might be a bit better for these guys. We'll see, but we'll definitely keep you up to date on that now, as we are about 24 laps to go. So this one is almost wrapped up there. The 27 of Aaron Martin still in pits, taking repairs, it looks like. And what better place to have a stacked grid than Lime Rock? So right now, let's take a look as it stands while we round out these last few laps here. Let's take a look here. I'm going to get our recap up of point standings here. So as it sits right now, the 12 drivers that are eligible for playoffs here in the Street Stocks, the 25 of Stephen Gall, the 45 of Brent Thompson, the 40 of Zachary Audette, 74 of Kyle Simmons. Been a bit strange, we haven't seen him lately. Let's see, the 27 here of Aaron Martin, the 001 of Mr. Doyle Tater Boyd, the 2 of Aaron Vogt, the 7 of Justin Harris, the 71 of Gunnar Fix, the 11 of Ricky DeRozier, and the 19 of Andrew Ziegler. Those are the 12 playoff eligible drivers. So pretty much the majority of everyone that is in the Street Stock Series, minus a few. And some of those, are due to joining, late in the season here. So just 17 to go in this one now. Looks like the 27 of Aaron Martin still taking repairs there. Props to him for hanging in on this one. Still trying to stay in the fight, no matter how many laps that puts him down. We are slowly but surely winding this one down. As for the truck series this weekend, they will be headed to Dover Motor Speedway. Definitely, probably, if I had to guess, it's going to be similar to most of the short track racing here that we've seen between the Street Stocks and the truck series. Definitely more so on the Street Stocks here, as these guys are more centered around short track action. Whereas the truck series has had super speedways, intermediate tracks, road courses. These guys heading to Dover, though, at the truck series race on Saturday. You can probably expect to see very similar to some of the other tracks like Martinsville and Rockingham, Richmond, those kinds of things. Definitely going to be some close battles there, probably several cautions. We're going to hope for no cautions, but I typically like to be a realist in some of these situations, and everyone being close together like that. And when things are going to go wrong, that's usually when they're going to happen. Still should be a good time, though. And as always, we'll be bringing you the coverage live and in color. 10 laps to go now as we wind this one down. I don't know the 27 of Aaron Martin. Looks like he may have just gotten out of pits now, 36 laps down. Still going to come out and run his laps, though. Applaud the man for that for sure. Hefty little bit of a repair time there, but he's still going to come out and make the best of it here, and I'm here for it. And, you know, again, hopefully, if these guys do move to an 8 p.m. start time, hopefully the grid will go back to being, you know, a decent size. And as I mentioned earlier, what better place to do that than at a road course? Definitely plenty of room to work with. Only major difference is won't be any cautions, obviously, as they will be running the road course configuration. No cautions. Pace car tends to kind of get things a bit mixed up and kind of chaotic at road courses when you try to run cautions, as we have learned previously in the past. So it's best just not to have them. And usually the track configurations are so big that if someone makes a mistake or you know, has a bit of an incident, usually everyone else on track has plenty enough warning to either get around it, or the driver involved in the incident or drivers involved in the incident have had plenty enough time to get themselves cleared off the track before causing an incident to anyone else. So not usually a major issue there. So should be a good time, though, nonetheless. It's Lime Rock, man. Lime Rock's a fun track to run. Definitely got plenty of twists, curves, bends. You name it, it's got it. So it should be a fun race to watch. 3 laps to go in this one now. We are almost to our white flag lap here. Not bad at all. Just under an hour, roughly. Yeah. About 45 minutes, roughly, for 110 laps here at Irwindale. As we are now on the white flag lap here. And Stephen Gall, the 25, looking to seal the deal here and give himself yet another win here in the StreetStock Series there, as he... a little bit of a love tap there from the 27. Not that it's going to matter, though. Not going to change up anything here for the 25 of Stephen Gall, as he is still the race winner here. Shout out to both of these guys for showing up and showing out tonight, putting on a awesome race here. Rather short race, quick race, 110 laps nonetheless, but let's take a look at the results here. Not much showing on the board there, as the 25 of Stephen Gall getting his victory donuts in. Go ahead and take all that information off the screen now. Let's let the man have his flowers here. Trying to get a better view here, and I honestly not sure that we have one, honestly. So we'll stick with the second camera here. Stephen Gall there in the 25, winning several races here in the StreetStock Series and also in the Truck Series here with Palmetto Racing League. So definitely one that loves to get out there and get it done. As he runs a bit out into the figure 8 configuration there, you can kind of see the lines from the figure 8 track. The only thing that is missing out on the track is the jump. Speaking of figure 8s, it's been a little while since we have seen one go down. Might see if maybe within the next week or two we can get one going here. And folks, that's going to do it for us here over at Palmetto Racing Network. We appreciate you and thank you for joining us again for another live broadcast here, coming to you from Irwindale Speedway, as the 25 of Stephen Gall sealed another race win this evening. Again, don't forget to join us this Saturday as the Truck Series heads out to Dover, and then again next Wednesday when the StreetStock Series hits the track again at Lime Rock Park for some road course action. So plenty of action still to come your way here. Be sure to tune in to us. Until then, we'll see you.